Are high school students being worked too hard? This is a question that has been asked many times by many people in this decade, and it needs to be addressed because the mental stress that students go through on a daily basis is becoming debilitating. And for me and many other classmates of mine, we all know and recognize that it's an issue. A forward way of thinking has emerged in a project based on preparing high school students for college. The author of the project wanted the school to prepare teenagers for life away from home in every way. They wouldn't have mandatory attendance to classes, and they would have a more lenient dress code. But school administrators thought that they had just wanted the school to be more rigorous academically. Many challenging changes occur as teenagers reach adulthood, and it has a potential to be a very unstable time. Some teenagers become extremely susceptible to mental illness, so it is very important that they are not pushed over the edge by workload and stress due to school and extracurricular activities. Teenagers are facing increasing pressure to maintain high grades in the 21st century, and it's taking a negative toll on them. There is a 17% increase between 2001 and 2008 of students who feel the pressure creates a problem for them. Many teenagers in the United States consume alcohol illegally. About 60% of children under 18 drink, and the average amount to consume in one night is 5 drinks. This is really concerning because it's not only terrible to break the law by drinking, but teenagers also greatly contribute to drunk driving incidents. If they have time to get drunk and ruin lives, they must not be working very hard. Young adults tend to branch off from relationships with their parents during the teenage years. After having learned from them what an adult relationship looks like, they tend to spend more time with friends or in romantic relationships. These relationships are not always positive. Teenagers may be drawn toward negative activities when their life at home is too overwhelming for them. These activities cause teenagers to lose valuable time with their family, not only time that could be spent learning from parents' life experiences, but also learning how to take care of their home when they have busy schedules. One teen stated, "When I do see my mom, she gives me a to-do list. Then I get overloaded about everything I need to do." It is vital that high school students' lives are enriched by the presence of their friends and families so that they stay out of troublesome activities involving drugs and alcohol. Adolescents tend to have high energy levels and need ways to channel said energy positively. The use of music is very helpful in trying to reduce the energy of adolescents and calm them. If they need to be calmed and distracted, teenagers are not being worked too hard. They have plenty of energy to get through their busy schedules. 86% of high schools in America start before 8:30 a.m., even though teenagers should be sleeping at least 8.5 hours each night. This creates unhealthy, sleep-deprived teenagers, and their workload does not help. Teenagers should not be able to get the proper amount of sleep they need instead of harming their minds and bodies with unrealistic requirements. Many students spend a large amount of time on homework during a given week, which creates stress and limits free time. 20% of students spend upwards of 10 hours every week on homework, let alone extracurricular activities and jobs. Teenagers have a hard time when they try to sleep before 11 p.m. or get up before 8 a.m., which poses serious problems due to the very early average school start time of 7:59 a.m. Teenagers who are sleep-deprived tend to be late to class more often, as well as unfocused. They are also at a higher risk for mental illness. Some possible questions you might ask about children in high school are, how are children affected by stress? They're affected by stress because they will lose sleep, their relationships with friends and family can deteriorate, their grades can fall, and their mental health can also deteriorate. Others might ask, how much does sleep really factor into a child's health? Lack of sleep can cause physical and mental health problems for everyone, and it is developmentally a problem for adolescents. Others may ask, is school really the biggest contributor to children's mental health problems? It's not a fact that really can be proven, but because school causes stress and interferes with proper sleeping habits, it does contribute to children's mental health problems. In conclusion, high school students are definitely being worked too hard. In order for them to develop correctly, they need to have time to interact with their families and get enough sleep to function correctly. High schools should consider later start times and lessening the homework load in order to reduce the amount of stress imposed on high school students throughout the country.